planet Venus, along with Mars, is one of the Earth's closest neighbours, just over 43 million kilometres away. Always an object of fascination for astronomers, Venus symbolises beauty and love in many cultures. The planet's orbital transits across the face of the Sun happen in pairs every 112 years. The last transit was in 2004, but before that, it was way back in 1882. The next one takes place in June this year, and observatories around the world are alive with activity. At Europe's Space Astronomy Centre, ESAC, near Madrid, the team is already rehearsing the complex observations that we'll be able to follow in their entirety on the internet. In the past, people believed that Venus was similar to Earth, but with a slightly warmer and more humid atmosphere. Pictures were drawn at the time of jungle landscapes with creatures living on a surface very similar to those on Earth. This image changed with the advent of radio astronomy and the Mariner mission flyby in the 1970s, which showed that the temperatures were much, much higher than on Earth. After Russian and American missions, ESA decided to join in, launching Venus Express in 2005. The 1,250-kilo probe, launched aboard a Russian Soyuz rocket, arrived at its destination 153 days later. Since that time, the 7 instruments aboard have provided us with a constant stream of information. After 6 years of extensive observation, we now know a lot more about this mysterious planet. Venus has a surface temperature of around 400 degrees. It takes 220 days to go around the Sun, but it moves in opposite rotation to the Earth, with the Sun rising in the west and setting in the east. Each rotation takes 240 days.
We don't understand this at all. It's completely unlike the other planets in the solar system. It could be that it's some a collision that happened early on in the life of Venus. It could be some other effect due to the very dense atmosphere and interactions with the Sun and so on. We simply don't know.
And Venus has other interesting characteristics. Not only is the planet subject to strange violent winds that travel at up to 300 kilometers an hour in its upper atmosphere, but it also has seemingly permanent hurricanes at the poles. Venus Express also revealed a gently sloping landscape with vast volcanic-looking plains. It's thought that the planet's internal heat escapes through lava flows and volcanoes.
We know very little about the nucleus of Venus. Whether there's like the Earth, we have a core and then a mantle. We don't know whether that's the case on Venus yet. The Earth's surface is constantly renewed by plate tectonics. The Earth's surface is about a quarter of the age of Venus's surface. Venus doesn't suffer from plate tectonics. And again, that's an interesting difference which we don't understand between the two planets.
Massive quantities of raw data are generated by Venus Express. Once this has been processed, it's distributed to the widest possible audience, from experts to the general public. But why is this information important?
We will learn more about the whole evolution of the planets in the solar system, the inner planets of the solar system, including the Earth, from the start after the formation and also until the future of maybe millions of years from now, by better understanding how planets work all together in their interaction with the Sun and in their internal evolution.
Venus Express was designed to run for 2 Venus days, around 500 Earth days, but the mission has proved so reliable it's been extended several times. When its life finally comes to an end, it'll crash into Venus's surface. Meanwhile, back on Earth, after the transit this June, we'll have to wait until 2117 to see the planet of love passing our star, the Sun, again.